Alicia, a black single mom and doctor, is driving home after a 12-hour shift when flashing red and blue lights appear behind her. Deputy Kyle Brennan pulls her over, shouting, humiliating her in front of her 6-year-old daughter. He thinks he's in control. He has no idea that her brother is a Delta Force commander. One wrong move from him, and his entire career, badge, and reputation are about to be destroyed. Before we begin, drop your city or state in the comments. Let's see how far this story travels. And if you believe in justice over power, hit like and subscribe. The emergency room at Cedarville General Hospital never sleeps. Neither does Dr. Alicia Stevens. She works the night shift, 12 hours on her feet, facing heart attacks, accidents, overdoses, and emergencies where every second matters. The fluorescent lights hum above her, antiseptic clinging to her scrubs. Her feet ache in ways she stopped noticing years ago. But Alicia is exceptional, the kind of doctor who stays calm when chaos surrounds her, who reassures a terrified patient in the middle of a trauma, and fights for every life like it's her own family. Tonight, like most nights, she clocks out at 9 p.m., exhausted but steady. In her pocket, an envelope with $480, a token of appreciation from colleagues for her dedication. She plans to fix the broken air conditioning in her car. Georgia summers are brutal, and her 6-year-old daughter, Destiny, shouldn't ride in a hot, stifling vehicle. Her 2011 Honda Civic isn't much: faded gray paint, 180,000 miles, a stubborn driver's side window, a radio that sometimes cuts out, but it's clean, functional, and entirely hers. She drives carefully through the quiet streets, passing campaign signs and dim streetlights, focused on getting home. At her mother's house, Destiny waits, bouncing with energy. Loretta Stevens, 71, strong despite years of hard work, watches over both mother and daughter. For Alicia, this routine drive home is a chance to breathe, a brief moment of peace. But tonight, the quiet of County Road 11 will be shattered. Alicia's Honda rolls down County Road 11, Destiny humming softly in the back seat, when sudden red and blue lights explode in her rearview mirror. Heart racing, Alicia checks her speed, 38 in a 40. She signals, pulls over, and kills the engine, hands visible on the wheel. The patrol car stops behind her. A door opens. Footsteps crunch on gravel. Deputy Kyle Brennan approaches, flashlight stabbing into Alicia's eyes. Badge number 2174. 11 years on the force, 6 complaints filed against him, but Alicia doesn't know that yet. All she knows is the cold authority in his voice, license and registration. She moves slowly, retrieving her documents. Brennan takes them without a word, inspects them under the harsh beam. Then his gaze flicks to Destiny. "Who's that?" he sneers. Alicia swallows, calming her daughter. "My daughter." Questions come fast, probing, unnecessary, invasive. "Where are you coming from? Where are you going? Who else drives this car?" Destiny begins to cry. Alicia turns, tries to soothe her. Brennan leans closer, smirking, ignoring the child's tears. He's testing boundaries, asserting power. Everything Alicia has ever learned about surviving a traffic stop floods her mind. Keep calm. Don't argue. Hands visible. Don't panic. But this isn't routine. She's being sized up, judged, not for what she did, but for who she is. Brennan's hand grips Alicia's arm, yanking her from the car. "Step out," he commands. The night air hits her like a wall. Destiny cries, "Mommy." Alicia freezes for a moment, then pushes the fear down. Hands on the hood, she feels the cold metal bite her palms as handcuffs click shut. "Why am I being detained?" Alicia asks, voice steady despite the panic rising in her chest. Brennan doesn't answer. He moves to her Honda, opening doors, searching the glove compartment, center console, under the seats. Every personal belonging is upended. Her medical bag, the envelope with her hard-earned cash, scattered on the gravel. Destiny wails from the passenger seat. Alicia hears the sobs tear at her heart. "Mommy, what's happening?" she asks softly. Alicia swallows the lump in her throat, bending to whisper, "Stay calm, baby. Don't say a word." Minutes stretch into hours. The deputy's flashlight cuts across the ground, sharp and accusing. Every question he fires feels like an accusation. Where are you coming from? Where are you going? Who else drives this car? Nothing she says satisfies him. Finally, they are taken to the Whitmore County Sheriff's Office. Alicia sits in a plastic chair, wrists stinging, mind racing. Destiny clutches a stuffed rabbit, staring at her mother, frightened and confused. 4 hours pass. No explanation. No charges. The paperwork Brennan forces her to sign falsely accuses her of resisting, aggressive behavior, and possible intoxication. Every word is a lie. The injustice is suffocating. She is a doctor, a healer, someone who saves lives, yet here she is, humiliated, powerless, stripped of dignity. The weight of the system presses down, cold and deliberate. A single mother, alone, targeted because of who she is and the color of her skin. Outside the office, the world continues unaware. The streets are quiet. Yet inside, Alicia feels the raw, ugly machinery of prejudice grinding against her, testing her endurance. And somewhere, unbeknownst to Brennan, a force is moving in the shadows. A brother. A protector. A man who has survived impossible missions, and who will not allow this to stand. The question lingers, burning hotter than any injustice: does she know the storm that is coming? By the time Alicia's head hits the thin plastic chair in the holding room, exhaustion threatens to swallow her whole. Destiny's soft sobs echo in her ears, a reminder of how small, how vulnerable, how powerless they are in this moment. But the storm she fears most isn't outside the office, it's the arrogance of Deputy Brennan and Sheriff Hollister, who believe they can intimidate, humiliate, and extort with impunity. Far away, at Fort Benning, Major Darius Cole steps off the transport plane. 2 weeks on a classified operation had kept him away, but a single text from his mother was all it took. The calm, precise soldier who had navigated the world's most dangerous missions now focuses on one target: justice for his sister. He doesn't rush. Every move is calculated. He reaches out to allies, civil rights attorneys in Atlanta, journalists hungry for truth, contacts in the FBI Civil Rights Division. He connects dots no one else can see: internal emails from the sheriff, dashcam footage from a retired teacher, years of personnel complaints against Brennan. Every call, every message, every connection threads into a single plan, invisible until it's ready to strike. Back in Whitmore County, Alicia signs the coerced paperwork with numb fingers, her head spinning. She doesn't yet know the pieces are moving, that an invisible web is being woven around Brennan and Hollister. Every insult, every threat, every unjust seizure of her property is about to become evidence, proof of the corruption they thought no one would ever notice. Darius doesn't appear publicly. He doesn't need to. His network acts on his behalf, activating witnesses, gathering records, building a pattern of abuse too undeniable to ignore. Meanwhile, Alicia begins to notice the first signs: a call from a lawyer specializing in civil rights, documents arriving from Atlanta, reporters asking questions no local official expected. Brennan smiles, thinking he's untouchable. Hollister reassures himself, believing his county's machinery will shield him. They have no idea. The wrong family was targeted. The sister of a Delta Force commander. A doctor who saves lives, yes, but more importantly, a family with reach, strategy, and patience. The trap is set. And when it springs, the consequences will not be partial, they will be total. Monday morning, 9 a.m., Whitmore County. Sheriff Wade Hollister sits in his office, reviewing polling numbers, confident that his power is unshakable. 6 weeks until the election, a 12-point lead, and a lifetime of control behind him. Then the phone rings. Deputy Chief Harold Moore on the line. "Boss, we've got a problem. FBI Atlanta, Civil Rights Division. They're opening an official investigation." Hollister freezes. "FBI? Why now? It's just a traffic stop." "No, sir. They have everything: the FOIA documents, the internal emails, forfeiture data, dash cam footage from that night. And your deputy's name is attached. His stomach drops. Brennan's body cam was supposedly broken, but the civilian footage, the dash cam from that retired teacher, caught everything. Every word, every abusive command, every unlawful action. Hollister's confidence crumbles. Wait, more ads. There's something else. The person who connected the dots, they have federal contacts. Extremely well connected. Hollister's hand trembles. Who? Darius Cole, sir. Major, United States Army, Delta Force. Brother of the woman you detained. Silence. Hollister's face drains of color. Delta Force. Major Darius Cole. The sister of the woman they humiliated, handcuffed, and terrorized. The woman they thought was an easy target. Meanwhile, Gwen Crawford holds a press conference in Atlanta. Cameras flash. Microphones catch every word. The transcript from Brennan's audio leaks. He refers to Alicia as a black woman in an old Honda, doesn't belong in this neighborhood. The nation watches. His own words condemn him. Reports flood in. WCTV9 broadcasts internal emails showing Hollister demanding extra citations in low-visibility areas. The Washington Post covers the story nationally: small Georgia sheriff's office under federal scrutiny for pattern of civil rights violations. Brennan scrambles, hiring a criminal attorney, realizing too late that no amount of internal manipulation or political favors can undo what has been documented, witnessed, and exposed. Hollister calls allies, phone lines go unanswered. Panic seeps into the bones of the county's law enforcement elite. And Alicia? She watches from home, her hands trembling, destiny asleep beside her. Every fear, every injustice, every night of terror is met with something stronger: truth, strategy, and a brother who never hesitated to act. Justice isn't flashy. It isn't loud. But in that moment, as federal investigations ignite, media attention swells, and political allies vanish, the lesson is clear: you cannot target the innocent and expect impunity. Darius never appears on camera. He doesn't need to. The system, once corrupted, collapses on its own. Every calculated move, every silent phone call, every thread he pulled has ensured one thing: Brennan and Hollister finally understand what it means to face someone who refuses to back down. The wrong family was targeted. The consequences? Total. Weeks later, Alicia walks her daughter Destiny to school without fear. No flashing lights, no harassing deputies, no snide remarks from strangers. The county sheriff has been suspended, his deputies reassigned, and federal oversight now governs Whitmore County. Alicia's phone rings, Darius on the line. His voice calm but firm: "You're safe now." Always. She smiles, realizing that her brother's silent strength protected them without ever needing the spotlight. Media coverage shifts from outrage to resolution. The story becomes a case study in civil rights enforcement, used in police training across the country. For the first time in months, Alicia breathes. Destiny laughs in the park, unafraid, free to be a child. Justice isn't always instantaneous, but it is relentless. And when it arrives, it leaves no room for corruption, no hiding place for abuse, and no doubt in the hearts of those who try to wield power unjustly. Whitmore County will never forget.